From WLWT, this is Issues.
Hello, welcome to Issues. I'm Jan-Michele Lemon Kearney of SESH Communications and the Cincinnati Herald. We have a lot to talk about today. A little later, we're going to talk about real men wearing pink for a very good cause. Also, remember those Ebony Fashion Fair models, the twins, Judy Pace? Well, they are coming back, and we're going to talk about that. They will be here in Cincinnati November 12th. First, we're going to talk about a great partnership between some students at the College Conservatory of Music and the Twin Towers Retirement Center. So let me welcome Mr. Jim Lay, who is Executive Director of the Twin Towers Retirement Center. Thank you, Jim. And Dean Bruce McClung, who's Interim Dean for CCM. And they're probably going to make you stay. So we say interim, but you know, everybody's so excited about you. So anyway, we're just glad to have both of you here.
Well, thank you.
So I think this is great to have this partnership between, you know, the young students at CCM and the retirees at Twin Towers Retirement Community, which we were just saying it's such a, I mean, I've been there a lot for meetings, and I was going to say the food is great for lunch. You have a beautiful art gallery. I've been there for Christmas parties. Just a wonderful, wonderful place.
Thank you.
So tell us about this partnership.
Well, I think it all started a Sunday morning a couple of years ago when we saw a report about a similar type of situation. And the reaction, I can remember my wife looking at me as we watched and saying, "Are you going to do this?"
Oh, good for her.
And the next day, we were very fortunate to have on our team a graduate of the CCM opera program.
Wow.
Who had some connections. We proposed the idea, and the excitement that it generated for both parties was just tremendous.
That is great. And so CCM was all excited about it.
Definitely. It fulfills our mission of community engagement. And these students are actually living in the Twin Towers retirement community.
I love that.
And they perform once a month. And they're giving practical experience about how to relate to an audience and be part of a community.
I love that. So they're actually living there.
Yes, they live in, each year we bring in 2 students. The graduate program is a 2-year program. And so we're really creating a class each year that shares a home in one of our patio home communities. We have 2 of those on our campus, so they will always be among the resident neighbors. What's been interesting from this is not just the performance side, but the relationship side of how that has worked. I can tell you about the day that a resident called and said, "I think it's the first time in my tenure that I've seen anyone riding a skateboard on the street."
Right.
and how much fun this is,
Right.
and yet how these young ladies are just such friends, such neighbors, and in these relationships that no one really had envisioned.
I love that. So, okay, so now are all of the students opera students, or are they from different areas?
They're from different fields.
Okay.
The first class was Annie Barr, a soprano, and Alyssa Griffith, a pianist.
Okay.
And now this year we have 2 new students, Angie Coyle, who's a jazz saxophonist,
Wow.
and Anna Odell, who's a harpist.
A harpist.
Yeah,
okay.
it's hard to keep track of all the genres we can now have in performance.
Right, and so all of them do concerts once a month for the residents.
Right.
Now, are the families invited, or the public, or how does that work?
Yes, the families, what has been interesting as this has matured, what started as a prized possession, so to speak, among our residents, that they could be entertained by the talents of the pianist and the soprano, began to spread into families and into the neighborhood. And we had the opening performance of this season's school year just 2 weeks ago, and packed our presentation center with well over 200 people, multiple generations of families who had come to be a part of it. And they were treated to a wide range of musical performance styles and types. Funny story, the Angie Coyle, who is the saxophonist, when she was informed that she would have an opportunity to play with Phil DeGreg, who is a CCM faculty member, she said, "Oh my goodness, I'll play with him. I had his book when I was learning early." And you know, she was stunned with this opportunity. Right. So the experience for the students is really special to plan and perform concerts they love and they tailor to our residents.
I love that, and I also love the kind of energy that it brings.
Oh,
because Twin Towers is really a fun place.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
It is great.
We believe that too. It is a fun place.
It is, and CCM does so much in the community. Did you want to talk a little more about other programs? I know you do. CCM does things with SCPA and.
They do at SBCA and the City Gospel Mission, our Whiz Kids program for the after school. We provide the music program part of that.
That's fantastic.
So there's many ways that CCM is in the community.
Right, and did you want to mention the upcoming Sphinx concert that's coming up?
Absolutely.
We were talking about that beforehand, so let's let the audience in on it too.
Sphinx is the only professionally orchestra in the United States made up entirely of African American and Latino musicians. And they'll be playing at CCM on Monday, October 24th at 8 p.m. in Robert Werner Hall.
That's going to be great. There's
we're
so many
thrilled.
great concerts there, yes.
And that's an interesting part of what's happened with our residents. We have at the end of this month, one of our students is holding a recital. We have another who is the lead in a production coming in the spring. And our residents actually travel to CCM to be a part of the audience.
That's great.
And get to experience the joy of watching these wonderful young folks fulfilling their dreams. The toughest part will be when our first class reaches graduation and this next step in life takes place. But the joy about their futures will be very, very obvious. This has really been meaningfully impactful to the vitality of the life of the residents with whom they interact, and that's a large number. They have a great deal of difficulty getting out of a concert after they perform.
Oh, I bet, right, because it's like their family now. I mean, the Twin Towers residents are like their extended family for these students.
Without question.
Yeah.
Without question, and the last Christmas, the two young ladies decided to bake cookies one day and distributed them to their neighbors.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah.
So, you know, this is more than just some performers who come to a concert, return to their home, and then go to campus.
Right.
This is truly intergenerational experience that is a rare opportunity for folks in both generations.
Such a great partnership. I love that. And a fun fact I learned about CCM students is that there are more. CCM has the second most number of students on Broadway. Currently on Broadway,
Wonderful.
In the country. Of all the schools in the country, they are number 2, and that's fantastic. So thank you both for coming. You'll have to come back soon.
Sure,
We're delighted
thank
to do
you.
so. Thank you.
Stick with us. We'll be back in a moment. We're going to talk about real men wearing pink. Just a moment. Well, you know, it's October, and that is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Although, you know, every month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month because we are making strides against breast cancer. We're so excited that the American Cancer Society is having their Making Strides walk this month. And I would like to introduce you to Jackie Appel. Welcome, and Mark Witte. And Mark, you are Executive Director of the TriHealth Cancer Institute.
Correct.
And Jackie, are you with the Real Men Wear Pink campaign?
I'm participating in that. I'm the breast program manager for TriHealth.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you both for coming. So, you know, let's just talk about, you know, what's going to go on and the whole thing about real men wearing pink. And I love the pink. I started to wear pink today. I should have, but anyway, yours is so pretty. But
Thank you.
Tell us about it.
So to support the breast cancer awareness, it's not only an awareness for women, but for men who supporting their wives, their mothers, their daughters, their sisters and friends in the campaign, so that we think it's an opportunity to raise awareness. And we started this program here in Cincinnati with a great opportunity to just raise awareness among the entire community about breast cancer.
I think that's wonderful, and you know, and more women have breast cancer, but men get breast cancer as well. I remember Richard Roundtree, who played Shaft back in the 70s, ended up with breast cancer, so he became a spokesperson so that men know that men can get breast cancer as well. So it's, you know, it's something we have to fight on all fronts.
So about almost 250,000 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year, and about 2,600 men in the United States. So it does happen in men.
It does, not as much, but
not as much, yes.
And the key is really early diagnosis. You know, talk about that, Jackie.
Yes, definitely the key is early diagnosis. So we still advocate that women begin screening in their 40s because the earlier we catch it, the more treatable the disease is.
Right.
And as Mark said, about 250,000 women will be diagnosed in 2016. So early detection is key.
And my guess is, I don't have the numbers, and maybe you all do, but the survival rates are getting higher. Maybe it's because of better treatment, early detection.
Yes, women can up to a 95% survival rate if you catch breast cancer in early stages.
Right, which is really important.
Yes.
So now what's going to happen during the Making Strides, or actually all month long?
Well, we're very active all month long. The American Cancer Society is a great partner for us. So the walk is on the 22nd, and we obviously will have a team down there. We celebrate National Mammography Day on the 21st, and our mobile mammography van will be at various locations throughout the city. And then, of course, Real Men Wear Pink. We've got our own group of men participating in that effort as well.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so let's talk about this. So Jeff just handed me this poster. I don't know, can we see this? Let's, if we can hold it up to the camera. Okay, we've got that. I see it's up there. Okay. Tell us about this. It's beautiful. That is so beautiful. I'm here because of you. So, okay. Do I have that right? All right, can you guys see that? Okay, talk about this.
So the American Cancer Society is really one of the leaders in supporting research for breast cancer. About $74 million right now is dedicated toward research in breast cancer care. So by supporting the American Cancer Society, you're really supporting the future of how do we continue to find ways to help patients with the disease and to support them through it, and also the development and care of that disease, which is important. So that's partly why men are wearing pink ties.
Yes.
And this was an effort that really originated in TriHealth through our community relations team and Jeanette Altanol and Dahani Jones, and so there are ties now available, both bow tie and neckties.
With the ties, right?
So,
yeah. So okay, so how do people register for the Making Strides walk?
They can go to the ACS website. There are many teams. You can create your own team, join an existing team. TriHealth's team is Take a Walk TriHealth, so anybody is welcome to join the TriHealth team. We'd love to see you down there.
So what we're going to do, we're going to link people through WLWT.com to acs.org so that they can register for the October 22nd walk. I understand that at 8:30, men wearing pink will be recognized. What's going to happen there? And that's down at Yateman's Cove, right?
So the campaign involving a number of men who have taken the step out to lead this campaign will be recognized. So far, we've raised about $50,000 among those men.
Congratulations.
The goal was 10.
Oh, my goodness, you're kidding.
We hope to continue to drive that amount up as we raise awareness for this important campaign.
So those real men wearing pink will be recognized at 8:30 on October 22nd, Yateman's Cove. And we have it up here on the screen, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk, Real Men Wear Pink. And how long is the walk?
3 miles or 5 miles.
Okay.
Yes, it's very easy. We've done it for years. You can definitely do it.
Okay, at least at 3 miles. I'm not sure about 5, but yeah. Okay, at least at 3
There's water along the way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
and cheerleaders.
Yeah, and true. I was going to say, it's always fun because you're not just walking. I mean, there are people along the way, and often there's music, and everybody's having a good time, and you're meeting new people. It's a party.
It's a party.
So we want people to register for that. It's a great way to get friends and coworkers and everybody together and make strides against breast cancer, but make strides for research, which is so important. And I'm just encouraged that the survival rate is going up. Research is moving forward. Early detection is really being pushed, and so those are all things we have to keep people aware of. Is there a phone number to call for the American Cancer Society? Jeff said there's something up here coming up on the screen. All right, there it is. Tell us about that. Oh, Jackie, you can tell us.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. You know, the American Cancer Society has a 1-800 number for any questions that you may have about a cancer diagnosis or the walk itself and any activities that they have going on surrounding the event.
So statistically, 1 in 2 American women who've had breast cancer access some information from the American Cancer Society. So it's a great resource on their website. Call that number, all those resources.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your work, and we encourage you to get out there October 22nd, make strides. All right.
Great. Thank you.
Stick with us. We'll be back in a moment. We're going to talk about those Ebony Fashion Fair models coming to Cincinnati. I wanted to give you that number for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. It's 1-800-227-2345. 1-800-227-2345. Okay, remember the Ebony Fashion Fair, those beautiful models and those really handsome, the twins, and oh, everybody loved that. The show went on for years from 1958 to 2009, and the Ebony models are coming back this time as Flair. I'd like to welcome President of the Cincinnati chapter of the Lynx, Winona McNeil, and Chair of this wonderful event, A Night at the Museum, Emerald and Diamond Experience, Kristi Clement Williams. Thank you so much, both of you. I think this is so exciting.
Well, Jan-Michele, we are super excited.
Yes.
Because for years, the Cincinnati chapter of the Lynx Incorporated sponsored the Ebony Fashion Fair.
Right.
And it was just a fabulous show with beautiful fashions, beautiful models, a fabulous commentator. And the best part was the audience.
Yes.
Everyone came like they were in the dressed like they were in the fashion show.
Right.
So it was an event that was everyone in the community looked forward to it. And we were excited because this was a way that we could fund our community service projects.
Right. I was going to say the Lynx gives so much to the community. Do you want to talk a little bit, and then Kristi, I'm going to let you talk about the event. But Winona, tell us a little bit about all the things that the Lynx organization does in Cincinnati.
Well, we have quite a few projects going on. We just finished our 9th annual Girls Conference, which we held at the University of Cincinnati African American Cultural Center.
Wow.
And we had nearly 60 young ladies from Cincinnati Public Schools.
Wonderful.
And they were exposed to a day of financial literacy, STEM activities, self-esteem.
Beautiful.
And it was a great day. We also are committed to Bond Hill Academy, and we sponsor a health fair there, a career fair. We do tutoring, and we sponsor an international story hour and just different activities, a Lynx locker. And we're just
And I want to throw in the Lynx started the youth docent program at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center,
Right.
where these young people are trained or taught all this history. Then they take folks on tours, and they get paid for that. I mean, it's a wonderful. I mean, it's a really competitive program, a lot of work, but just such a great experience. And this Emerald and Diamond Experience is going to help raise funds for that program and others. Do you want to talk about that, Kristi?
It absolutely will. And the nice and fun thing about that evening is that our youth docents will be there.
Oh, good.
This year's class that's being trained, it's a year-long training program, and they will be there that evening so that our guests can actually see the students and meet the students.
Wow.
They are high school students, and they commit a lot to a year for the training program.
They are wonderful.
They'll be there that night. Again, this will benefit partially the programming for that and our other programs. The former Ebony Fashion Fair models who will be there are part of the Fashion Legacy Association for Industry Recognition, or FLAIR.
FLAIR.
And they are
Just cut
former
it
models.
short.
You mentioned the twins, Judy Pace. Faye Clerk-Mosley is the founder of FLAIR, and she's found almost all 500 of the former Ebony Fashion Fair models.
That's
So
great.
they will be here, but in addition to that, we'll have former...
Oh, Chris, let me interrupt you. Here's some
great,
of the
yes.
former models right here.
Beautiful.
And I think that's Faye on the left. Or
Yes, in
next
the black
to,
dress on the
in
left,
black
I believe,
dress,
next to the
yeah,
red.
second from
Yes.
the left, yeah.
And we'll also have several other models from there. We will also have alumni from the UC Myron E. Ullman Jr. Fashion Design Program at UC School of Design.
Oh, good.
In the
From
DAP
DAP,
program.
yeah.
Yes. And they're alums. So Asha Daniels, who was on Project Runway, will be there.
Yeah,
with
she was a
her
finalist
designs.
on Project
She
Runway.
was. and
She's
she's
something else,
fabulous.
yeah.
She is. We've got Brandon Bowers, so there will be male designers as well.
Lemire
Amour is a
Lamour,
featured couture
yeah.
designer. He actually did exhibit during the Ebony Fashion Fair.
And he's huge. He's like internationally known.
He happens to be from Dayton, but he will
Yeah.
actually be here. And Nikki Blaine from Indianapolis will also feature her couture designs as
Oh,
well.
wonderful. Oh, this is going to be great. And the natural progression with the music, so they'll be
Yes.
dancing. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Dinner by the bite.
Fabulous
Yeah.
evening.
There'll
And dinner by the
there'll
bite.
be food, yes, and it'll just be a really fun evening. And we do want our guests to come and as fabulous as they want in cocktail attire.
Cocktail
this is the
attire.
place to showcase it at
Right,
the Freedom
so it's
Center.
not black tie this time. So
No.
often the Emerald and Diamond galas are black tie, but this is an experience. So it's
Yes.
not black tie, it's cocktail attire.
Yes.
People should come in their party clothes to dance and party and have a good time at the
Absolutely.
Freedom Center.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell us when it is and how to get tickets. And I think Jeff has information up here. Kristi, tell us about that.
Saturday, November 12th, 6 p.m., the Freedom Center, and tickets can be ordered online through our website, cincinnatilinks.org. or they can be purchased through any Links member as well, Cincinnati chapter of Links member as well.
Okay, wonderful. So it's Saturday, November 12th at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. It's going to be really great, 6 p.m. until 11. And we're gonna link people through through Cincinnati Links to CincinnatiLinks.org through WLWT.com. And it's called A Night at the Museum, Emerald and Diamond Experience. So people can come and mingle with the models and and all the celebrities, Asha Daniels, and all the designers. It's going to be really a great evening. So and it's funding good causes. So I'm really excited about that. So we encourage people to come. The Ebony Fashion Fair show, I think, ended in 2009, and people always say how much they miss it. So this is going to be great to bring these models back, and actually we can mingle with, because they're going to walk through the crowd, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah,
they will.
And there's something for millennials because of the UC alumni designers, as well as those who are very familiar with the former Ebony Fashion Fair.
I was going to say UC has some really talented young people there.
Absolutely.
Asha being one of them, but there's just like so many, and so that's going to be really fun to see. So we encourage people to come November 12th, and CincinnatiLinks.org for tickets, and we're going to link you through WLWT.com. A Night at the Museum, Emerald and Diamond Experience. It's going to be a great party, so everybody come on out and enjoy that. Okay. And you guys will have to come back. Thank you, Winona. Thank you, Kristi. I know it's been a lot of work pulling all this together, and just a lot of love, because everybody's so excited and thrilled about it. So thank you so much for coming. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Okay, so we have some community events. Tamika will be back next time. She's not here today, so I'm going to tell you about this. Okay, the Center for Closing the Health Gap is having the Black Men's Health Conference, and that's going to be with Dr. Ian Smith, and it's Saturday, November 12th at 10 a.m. right over at UC Medical School, Kresge Auditorium. And as I said, the keynote speaker is Dr. Ian Smith. It's totally free, so please come out. If you want to register, you can call this number, 585-9879. Okay, ales to Zinfandels. All right, so this is the 13th annual wine and beer tasting to raise money for Bethany House at Atrium Mercy Health, and it also is on Saturday, November 12th, 7 to 11 p.m. A lot going on that day. So all right, have a great week. Stay safe, stay positive.